Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're all doing well today. I'm having an awesome day here, but I just came back from actually pulling a family member, their vehicle, out of the ditch. My family member and his girlfriend had gone all crazy on the snow and the slush on the roads, and went on out in the hollers and stabbed the vehicle down over in the snowbank. First off, it is a really nasty day here today. Snow, slush. It's the first mild day we've had in a long time. We've had a bunch of rain and stuff, and the roads are just terrible. I had to go out, travel to the next town to my dad's to help him with some work, but I probably wouldn't have done that if it wasn't really necessary. And I had the four-wheel drive truck, so it makes it a little more feasible. First, I'd like to say, if it's a terribly nasty day, got a plow going by here now. If it is a terribly nasty day, stay off the roads. If there's a vicious snowstorm, if there's a lot of rain, if there's a lot of slush, if you can foresee it, if any way possible, stay off the roads. A lot of you guys have been sending me messages and stuff about being a part of that storm in St. John's. I live a lot further west on the island, so I didn't get hammered by that storm out here. We got a little bit of snow, a lot of wind, but we didn't get all the snow like they did in St. John's. But yeah, if you can, stay off the roads. However, if you are going on the roads on a day like today, when it's nasty out and there's a lot higher risk of you having an incident, be prepared. And that's what this video is about. That's what I want to talk about a little bit. You really need to take some precautions and be prepared. And there are several different ways, several different levels to do that. But there are a few main basic things you can do that aren't big investments. And if you stick through to the end of this video, you might have an opportunity to win something. So I would say the first level of preparation should be your person, what's on yourself. And it is middle of the winter here, and my moron little brother, sorry to say, buddy, was out dealing with the vehicle in sneakers, I believe, and a t-shirt, or just like a thin long sleeve shirt. No coat, no mitts, no boots, nothing like that, because you're just going for a drive. Well, you're just inside the vehicle. And I was guilty of this too as a teenager. Why would you put on a coat? You're only going from the car to the truck, and then when you get there, you get out of the truck and go in the house or in the building, a store, whatever. You just don't know what could happen. And if you're, luckily he was a short ways from town, so it wasn't a big deal. My dad and I got there, and not a big deal, but he was still there with no clothes on. And this happens all the time. I've come across several accidents in the last couple of years, and that's usually the case. People just aren't prepared. If you're going out like this time of year, put on a good coat. You should, if you're not wearing it, you should have good gloves and a hat somewhere in the truck where you know right where they are, and sensible footwear. Women ideally should wear sensible footwear as well, so they're not stuck in like little pointed shoes or something where they can't help, or they can't even get themselves out of a mess. You should be dressing appropriately for this time of year, so that's a good thing, good place to start out. Of course, along with having yourself prepped in that way, a few basic EDC items, like a pocket knife, can get you out of a lot of trouble, and a flashlight as well is really important. If you got to do any vehicle inspection or anything like that, or you have any issues in the night, even if you just got to change a tire on the side of the road at nighttime, if you don't have a flashlight, that becomes a whole lot more of a hassle if you're there in the dark. Of course, you don't have any enveloping light around your vehicle. You have your headlights pointing out, you have your tail lights pointing back. There's no real envelope of light around you, so those are pretty much useless if you got to be working on something on the side of the vehicle, or even if you're getting out to hitch up a tow strap or something like that. You want to have a light. Now, I pretty much always wear an EDC light, especially if I'm going anywhere in the nighttime. I don't always care if I'm just heading out to the shop or something in the day, but if I'm going anywhere in the evening, I'll take a small EDC light. But I also keep this Seeker 2 Pro. Wait, no, this is not the Pro. Pro's too good for me. This is a Seeker 2, the Olight Seeker 2. I keep this in the door of my truck all the time, so I know right where it is. I keep it charged up. I keep a charger cord there in the vehicle. And it's just an indispensable tool if you run into trouble like that. Now, once you're set up with just your personal gear, you have good clothes on, good boots, gloves and a hat, you can take care of business, or you can get out and walk a distance if you have to. You have a pocket knife and a light to deal with the main things going on. The next thing is your personal safety, and that's probably even more important. But when it's cold like this, even if you have all the med kit there, if you're not set up with your clothes and stuff, you're going to be in trouble anyways. Probably going to be done for. But I want to have a good med kit on. Now this is a kit from wildmedkits.ca. If you don't want to go through all the work of putting it together yourself, go to wildmedkits.ca and have the pros select the gear and pick it out for you. So this goes with me. This will be in the truck or on the bike here if I'm on the bike, and but the same principles still apply. You want to have good access to some basic medical gear. Obviously, if you have a major accident, there are going to be some things that you're just not going to be able to recover from. There's nothing that a certain level of kit will do at a certain point. But there are a lot of things you can cover. My wife and I were traveling was it last summer? And we came upon a husband, wife, and a little kid. Had a big rollover on the side. We were, I think, the first on the scene. But no one there on the scene had any gear whatsoever. And I believe this lady had a cut on her arm. And stupid like, I never had any type of med kit on me that day either. I did have a few items that would have helped, unlike the others who didn't have anything, but a med kit would have been beautiful that day, and is obviously a good idea to have one in your vehicle. And once you have your clothing and your EDC taken care of and you have a medical kit, those things are very important basics. You're going to want to be able to handle certain vehicle components as well. Your vehicle come with a jack and a basic tool set like your tire iron and stuff if you have to replace a wheel, if you have a flat. But there are other certain things that you can handle. You can make yourself a lot more prepared on your own. Out here where I live, for one, there's no cell service. For two, even if there was, there's no such thing as AAA to call that's going to travel hours outside of range here and fix you up or change a flat for you. You need to be prepared to do that on your own, both mentally, and you need to have the tool set. Now, there are lots of things that you can do beyond just change a flat. How about a tire plug set? I always keep one in the vehicle. It's a great, have a good quality. This is a Slime brand set. To keep in the vehicle, great idea. Will keep you out of some trouble. If you're going to have that as well, you want a pump. I have like a 12 volt DC style pump with a cord long enough to reach all four wheels, and a really good option to keep on, because if you have a flat, you might just be able to throw a plug in there, tighten it back up, and get wherever you're going, and it'll save you a lot of headaches, a lot of trouble. Now, if you live in cold climates, batteries tend to become an issue. Even in warm climates, of course, you can leave on some accessories, leave the lights on, and a lot of the electronics we have this day and age are really high power draws. So you have these big lights and stuff mounted on the front of your truck. I have a big light bar on. They just eat through batteries. So even to go in a restaurant for an hour or more can really suck the life out of your battery. But if you're living in this cold, you have a whole nother issue. I used to always carry a set of booster cables with me, always a set of booster cables in my vehicle, but now in later years you have the beautiful, beautiful technology of having like small booster packs. This is one I picked off of Amazon here that was really good, had really great reviews, and it's gotten me out of so many binds. So many times, a couple times I left the spotlights on in the front of the truck. Came out in the morning, it's killed my battery. I've used it on other people's vehicles as well that have came out and cold start, couldn't get going, the battery's too low. But having a booster pack like this, man, so nice and convenient. Of course, booster cables, you need another vehicle around as well to get you started, and that mightn't always be an option for you. So having this booster pack is a wonderful, wonderful investment. I would not be without one of these now, and I always keep it charged, keep it in my vehicle, ready to go. This basically, I'll just show you quickly in case you haven't seen them. Most of you guys probably have. But it comes with a small set of booster cables that plugs into the little box. So you put those on the same as you would a normal set of jumper cables. Hit the boost button, get in, and this one is 1,000 amps, so that's that's going to cover the issue. Now this last thing might seem like a big truck or a big off-road Jeep type of thing, but having good strapping, like this nice big heavy tow strap. Now I said that might seem like a thing only if you're in a big truck or a Jeep or something, because if you don't have those vehicles, if you're just driving in a little car, say, what's the point in carrying a big tow strap? You're not going to be able to move anyone anyways. If you're in a little two-wheel drive car, you're not moving anybody. But so often a guy in a truck will come along, you ask for help, and they don't have a strap. So if you're that little person, or if you're that little car that's stuck out in a snowbank, you should have your own strap. So if a truck comes along and you say, boy, could you give me a haul, and they just don't have anything to help you, you say, well, I got a tow strap in the trunk, right? So every vehicle, car, truck, SUV, or whatever, should have a good, heavy-weighted tow strap. Those, in my opinion, are the basic pieces of kit, the non-big investments, kind of small investments that you can be really nicely set up with, and that'll get you out of a lot of binds, get you out of a lot of trouble, keep you safe, keep you comfortable, and also a big thing is to let you help other people, allow you to help other people. If you're pulling up on an accident, there's a young family there having some trouble or something, and you chose that day not to wear any coat, no gloves like that, then you're out in your t-shirt and your sneakers trying to help, and you're not going to be much help like that. So it's a lot better if you prepare yourself for both your sake, your family's sake, and the sake of others as well. Now before we end the video out, I want to show you guys a little piece of kit that you may not have thought about that was offered to me by a company called Unigear. Now I'll throw the link to Unigear down in the description. They sent these awesome dry bags. Now a lot of you guys, especially if you're into the bushcraft community, have probably seen dry bags before, but these are an awesome tool for you guys, whether you're hiking into bushcraft or in the situation that we've been talking about on this video, which is in the vehicle or on the bike, on the skidoo or something, to keep things safe and dry in. First off, you could put tools in there to keep them safe from rattling all over the place, keep them dry and rust free, but also things like your pump and straps and things that you don't want everywhere. You want to be nice and dry and kept nice and clean for when you get them. You could this is a large size one here. What is this? This is a 7-gallon, 8-gallon. I don't recall here now. This one has clips, comes with straps. The whole idea is they have sort of a composite or metal tab here. You put gear in and you roll them up the number of times it says, and then you bend and clip the two clips. And then these are completely waterproof. In a later video we'll probably do some testing just to show you guys exactly how they work. Here's a beautiful bright orange one. This is an awesome one, but you could definitely see keeping, say, your booster pack in there up under your seat, or it's a good way too if you have a truck to keep some gear in the pan of your truck. And it's all, again, all watertight, weather-tight. Another thing I've been thinking about doing, and that is great idea for the truck and for the quad as well, is keeping a spare change of some clothes, or at least some spare gloves and socks in here, because those are the things that get wet and get damaged real quick. But you get some socks and some gloves in there, and you always have a spare change on hand. Here is probably a better size bag for that. This is a 2-liter one. This is an awesome, handy little one. Comes with a waterproof cell phone carrier as well. You can put your electronics in there, or, like I said, that spare hat and mitts and stuff, gloves, socks. Keep it up under your the seat of your truck for when you run into trouble. This is actually an awesome little one. Now the part that involves your guys' input is they were asking me. They were literally asking me to accept some product. They emailed me a couple times asking me to do a review or to get some of their product in my video, and I said, well, if you'd be willing to send me several test samples and send me a couple extra of the 2 liters for giveaways, I would get this on camera. It's not that I had a problem with it, it's just sometimes these types of videos get boring, and so I opt not to do them. But if we have an opportunity to give you guys some cool gear, I think it's worth it. So these are the 2-liter dry bags. These aren't real expensive anyways. If you want to go to Unigear right now and buy one or a couple, or what an awesome thing for gifts, they're priced well enough that you can do that. But I will give one each to 2 people. So the idea is you comment down below. You have to like this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what other things you should add to the vehicle kit. Don't cover things that I've already said. Go above and beyond that. Name practical things that you should carry. Practical things. Of course, a nice big battery-powered impact gun or a filled 5-gallon compressor would be awesome to keep stored in the pan of your truck. Those things aren't really practical for most people. So more practical type things that you think would help an emergency situation like that, or if you've come into situations, what have you found need for that I didn't mention here today? So I'll pick the 2 that I think are the best, that I like the best, and we'll get you one of these dry bags. Thanks for watching this video. I hope this helps some of you. If you are not prepared, just like back when I did the first aid videos, I'm not preaching at you guys or trying to come across as all high and mighty. I'm constantly trying to improve my kits as well. I just hope you guys take heed and start making some preparations, because I found myself often in the place of not having the things I need, and I'm constantly trying to fix that. So hope you guys do the same. We're starting off a new year now. This is a good time to get in that mode of getting yourself prepared. Obviously, you can't go out and spend $1,000 and deck out your 2 or 3 vehicles with all the gear at once. Some of you may be, but I can't do something like that. So just shop wisely, pick out the gear you can, the best you can, the most important things first. Of course, clothing and stuff, that's issues you can address right now if you just put your mind to it. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. This has gone on long enough. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next video.